Welcome food fans, picky eaters, the flavor curious, and everyone in between. Nothing makes good food better than good conversation, and your table is ready. Welcome back to another episode of the Food For ThoughtCast with your hosts, Melissa Reagan and Steven Gonzalez, but you can call them Chef. All right, let's get this episode started.
Hey there, food fans. Welcome back to the Food For ThoughtCast with me, your host, Melissa Reagan, and my co-host with the most, Chef Steven Gonzalez. What's up, Steve?
Bobblehead.
Can I ask, are you suddenly an infant that cannot hold their head up?
Pretty much, yeah.
What is happening right now? It is Monday, and it's been a pretty Monday, if I do say so
I've
myself.
had worse Mondays, so this Monday does not suck.
I've had worse, but man.
Knock on wood.
Truly, though. Truly.
Yeah.
Steven, what you been up to? What's cooking this week?
That's a good question. What have I been up to? My usual bubble stuff, work, gym, home. But this past weekend, we went to Amarillo.
Yes.
So apparently it's 3.5 hours from Midland.
You say apparently just because, or like you didn't know?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I Googled it, but for some reason I thought it was going to be longer than that. I thought it was 6 hours for some reason, but no, it was only 3.5. I got hailed on twice in 3 days.
I saw your stories on social media. That was wild.
Once south of Lubbock. Here's the story. Like, we were driving. You drove through the haboob. There was parts where you couldn't really see in front of you for about 2 seconds, and then it went away.
For anybody that doesn't know, haboob is a dust storm.
Yes, it's
Go
not.
on.
It's not a dirty thing.
It's not a boob. Yep, it's a haboob.
And then we got a little bit further, and it started raining really hard. Okay, so we were driving through this rain. My windshield wipers are on full blast, and then there's a little bit of hail. Right. So I pull over to the side of the road because I'm thinking, okay, well, let's weigh out our options. Do we wait? Do we just sit? Are we sitting ducks, or do we just proceed to move on? Papa wanted a new truck. It didn't get beat up, so I get to keep my truck for a bit longer, which is fine. I really like my truck. So then we're on the side of the road for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I tell my wife, we're just going to do this. We already paid the deposit for the hotel. We're going to do this. So we decide to drive, and we're going north, closer into Lubbock. About a mile up the road, it is white, just covered with hail. So we got no more hail, but we dodged a bullet. We got a little bit of hail, but not a lot of it of hail, right? And then we're driving through Lubbock, and keep in mind, it's already like 9 o'clock at night, and it's still kind of light outside, and you just see black clouds coming towards you, right? And we got a little more rain, and it was just nuts because in the distance there's lightning. You see the clouds kind of moving pretty quick. Apparently we had missed a tornado in Lubbock, which was pretty relieving to hear. And we had a great time.
Like 15 minutes into this trip, I would have been like, fuck it, and turned around. I'm not even joking.
We had already
been driving. Good for you guys for sticking it out.
There was no point to turn around. I mean, we could have turned around. But
good for you guys for sticking it out, but I would have been like, no.
Yeah. And we had a great time in Amarillo, and we came back, and we got home, did some yard work, got our yard nice and pretty.
Nice.
It's hot. It's sunny, thunder in the distance, and 5 minutes of like intense hail, and then it just gets sunny again.
It is.
And my truck got beat to shit.
It's steamy here. It's been threatening to rain for like 8 days at a time. Then we have one sunny, hot day, and then it threatens to rain, but it doesn't ever follow through with the threat or the promise, and so it just hangs. So it's like 90% humidity where all I want to eat is like crackers and chicken salad. Like nothing hot sounds good at all. It's so gross.
Well, typically that happens in Midland. And we got hailed on so bad for 5 minutes. And I felt bad because we live right next to the Museum of the Southwest. And there were a lot of people there for the Sunday night concerts. And there was a bunch of classic cars from what I understand. And
oh no.
I just hope no one got hurt. Seriously.
Oh yeah, but that's the bummer about the cars too.
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
my car was covered, so that's all that matters. My Cobra is so dirty and gross, but it, nothing that a wash can't fix. Like I said, that's besides the point. I just hope everyone was safe because that sucked.
Yeah, it did not look like fun. Is it the most amazing thing you ate this week? Is what you had while you're on your travels?
We stopped at, we stayed there at the Big Texan Steakhouse, and there's a motel right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to eat there. The most amazing thing I had, I will say, was the 2-pound ribeye.
Okay.
With mac and cheese and fried okra, because that's what I like.
Dear Lord.
I ate pretty much all of it by myself, and I was still hungry.
You were not. 30-ounce steak?
Okay, here's the deal. I wasn't full, but I wasn't hungry. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I was carried over very well. My wife had a few bites. It was a bone in ribeye, so some of that went, was...
Oh, some of the weight is fat, gristle, bone. Yeah, sure.
I really should have gotten that 36-ounce boneless ribeye.
Yeah.
Just to test the waters, because they have that 6-pound challenge. And I didn't. I chickened out.
God, 6 pounds of anything is absolutely insane to even think about.
I will say the steak was really good. It just needed salt for my preference. You cut into it, and it just needed a little more salt. That's it. But they cooked it nice and rare, which is what I wanted. And it was, What about you? What's the most amazing thing you had?
So sorry. The Monday done been Mondaying over here. So I went with a friend, a neighbor of mine who's a new friend. We went to Capitol Grill for lunch, and I had their steak frites lunch special. So it was a New York strip with duck fat fries and ají verde, which is, for anybody who doesn't know, it's kind of like an herbaceous, sometimes jalapenos or chilies, maybe mayo or crema is in there.
Nice.
Kind of like it's very similar to chimichurri, but can be on the creamy side. And then I had a really well made, which I always appreciate, like a super well made field green salad with everything that was fresh. The service was incredible. I had a dirty martini with some blue cheese stuffed olives. Nice. My friend had beef tenderloin sliders with mushrooms and caramelized onions. The meat on those was cooked perfectly. My steak was cooked perfectly, and she had truffle fries. And it was a treat. It was a treat all the way around. So
very nice.
Yeah, I've lived near them before, but like never eaten a Capitol Grill. So pleasantly surprised. Good bang for your buck, and felt fancy. It felt like a treat. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. So.
Well, sounds like it.
Indeed. I mean, it's not every day that I do like a steak and fries for lunch, but it was definitely.
Sometimes you got to treat yourself.
It was definitely the best part of it. Yeah.
I like duck fat. Duck fat likes me, so it's all good.
Duck fat is legit. My dining companion was a little bit older than I am, a lot bit older than I am, and she was joking around. I always like remind myself to remember, hey, not everybody eats like haute cuisine. Not everybody has been to the same restaurants and everything else. So she was having a really good time with the idea of duck fat fries. She's like, these aren't fat. There's no ducks in there. Like she was having a hoot. So it was really funny.
Nice.
Yeah. But she tried some things she'd never had before, and it was really cool, but it was awesome. None of that is as amazing as a 2-pound steak, though.
We ate there 3 times.
You went back?
Well, we went for breakfast because I was like, well, let's see what they have for breakfast, give it a try. Then we went for dinner, and then we went back for breakfast because we were right there. And as much as I really wanted to go like try other things, I was like, we're right here. Let's just do it. Why the hell not? And that's what we did.
That's crazy. Crazy. Where else did you go while you were there, Steve?
We went to Bomb City Distillery.
Yes.
And they make their own vodka, rum, and whiskey. And it's really good. Like, it was super smooth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you buy cheap whiskey and
it just burns. It's just nothing.
Yeah, it burns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This did not burn at all. It was smooth. It was delicious. I caught a buzz sampling the different flavored vodkas. Because I really don't drink that much anymore,
For those of you, me neither. I think the one martini, it was like nap time. It is what it is, but it stood up to the steak really well. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube, Steve sent me a picture of the outside facade of the building. Blurry because both the cameras in my life are blurry and probably need to be cleaned. But anyhow, you can see it. It's obviously a bomber plane, so hence the play on words. Super fun. Like bomb.
They got the name because that's where they used to deactivate bombs.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that. I love anything with a little piece of history and lore as well. I'm not super huge into vodka, but
on mine. It's
a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. That's one place where I think, I think definitely the non-iPhone kind of has the iPhone beat in picture clarity. Just gonna say
Android wins. So. Yeah.
I'm not going to change over, but my entire work experience would become extremely difficult because it's Apple. But yeah, dude, that sounds amazing. I'm kind of overdue myself for like a winery or brewery tour or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's just one of those things where, we had no intentions of checking it out. And I don't know how we came across it, but we did. And
it wasn't in your original plans.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Dude, that's even better when you can just find something, spontaneous, right?
Yep. I mean, so we did the Cadillac Ranch, we did the Slug Bug Park.
That's fun.
The Route 66 festival was going on, and there was like some sort of market square thing going on with food trucks. Sure. And yeah, it was not what I thought it was going to be. We checked it out, and it was just like 2 or 3 food trucks and like just businesses setting up like cornhole and stuff like that, which
are kind of small. Maybe not what you were expecting.
It was very small. And we got to check out a car show. We checked out the RV museum. That was super cool.
Oh, fun.
We saw RVs from like the 70s that were pristine. We saw one from like the 30s.
Nice.
It was so cool. Everything was just so much fun.
I love it.
We learned a lot about RVs.
I can't even say that's anything that's like even on my radar remotely, right? Like it just doesn't even, I don't know that I would seek that out. I don't know that I've ever been curious about it, but now that you've mentioned it, I like kind of want to go, at least I'm going to look up Wiki, right? Like,
you want to know the funniest part?
Right? What?
We didn't even go to Route 66. And it was the Route 66 fair.
You were Route 66 adjacent.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
and then we also got to check out a Longhorn roundup or parade, if you will, where it's a
parade.
It was a bunch of like Longhorn just going through like downtown, and they were getting ready for the rodeo. That was pretty cool. We took our dogs with us, and they just had a good old time. They
didn't lose their mind?
They were very well behaved.
Aw, good job, puppies.
I know. So
they can teach mine one of these days. The 2-pound steak, Steve. Did you pick the sides? You have options for the sides?
Yes, you can pick whatever you want.
Okay.
I think they do offer like a mini 6-pound challenge, but I forgot all about that. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared to order that much food and not be able to eat it all. So I told my wife, let's just share it. And I wolfed it down. So
she's fried okra and what else?
Mac and cheese.
How was the okra? Was it good? Sometimes people can screw it up.
Fried okra is always good. Doesn't matter where you go. Fried okra.
Like Simplot 30-pound case fried okra that you drop in the fryer?
Pretty much.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Hey, I like it.
Mac and cheese was good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was a guy who was doing the 6-pound challenge on his phone, and he was on it, or he was doing the 6-pound challenge. He was playing on his phone the entire time. And then he had 20 minutes left. He got his check and left.
He didn't. He just gave up. Like he wasn't even paying attention.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to beat it.
He just because.
So the thing about this place is that the steaks there are dirt cheap. Like I spent maybe $70 altogether for everything.
Wow.
And that's including wine, everything. If that.
Wow.
Like after tip and all that.
That's
but like
affordable.
the 72-ounce challenge comes out to $72. It's $1 an ounce.
Sure.
If you decide to split it amongst you and someone else, it can feed up to 4 people, and it's $250. But if you do it by yourself, it's $72.
I see. Okay. I don't think I ever really understood what the rules were.
You just can't get up. That's all it is. You can't get up and stretch. You have to be sitting there for an hour. You have to eat. People can come up to you and pat you on the back and cheer you on, but they can't like.
I would need somebody to intercede, like just pat me on the back hard enough to get a good burp out, and I don't think I would need to get up. I think I would need to lie down.
I would be curious to see how far I could get on that challenge. I wouldn't want to do it, but I would love to see how far I can get.
Steve, would you ever enter an eating contest? Is there something that you think you could eat more of than anybody else?
That's a good question.
I know.
I don't know. There's always someone who can eat more than me.
Like I love hot dogs a lot, but then I look at that, like the Coney Island hot dog, the Nathan's, hot dog eating contest, and I see that they have to dip the entire hot dog in water. Or they don't have to, but it's helpful. It's like a strategy, right? And I'm like, well, first of all, you ruined it. Second of all, there's no mustard or relish. I mean, it looks like wholly like unpleasant, right? Like I just don't know. I like hot dogs a lot.
Right? Third, I don't know if they're kosher or not.
Stop. This is gonna turn into like a weird soundbite. I'm gonna get canceled somehow, but I like hot dogs a lot. Let me say it one time. But there are a lot of foods that I like quite a bit, but I don't know that I could push myself to eat like an ungodly amount of them, and it would probably ruin it. You know what I mean? Like donuts. Like I think I could put away like a mad amount of donuts, but then it would probably like ruin donuts forever.
I could probably put away like 2 donuts before I'm just grossed out with all the sugar. There's the stipulation is there's got to be coffee now. Like as a kid, it's just let's just push donuts into our mouth. As an adult, you got to do it with coffee.
I watched Adam. You remember Adam Richman, the guy that did all the TV, all the eating contests. I watched him do this like milkshake challenge one time, which probably I could eat like a really disrespectful amount of ice cream. I probably could. I would say 2 years ago, me. Now, like post diabetes, I absolutely could not. I would fall over. But in this episode, he had to like consume 5 milkshakes, and they were like massive. Like they were like still in the mixer tumbler.
I remember it. I saw a lot of those episodes.
Yeah, they were still like in the metal mixer tumbler where you like load it onto the kind of spinning blade, and they had like whipped cream and a cherry, and it was like 5 different flavors. I think was the challenge. But like 3/4 of the way through, he was losing steam, and you could tell it. He just wanted to vomit. And he needed something to cut it with. So like you're saying that he would need like he ordered fries. He was like, can I just have like some hot, salty French fries? And that's what I would have to do. Like maybe for the steak, I'd be like, I need another Diet Coke. Now I need like a tiny bite of salad. Now I need somebody to pat me on the back until I burp.
He beat that 72-ounce challenge, right?
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
I might be the most high maintenance contestant.
They'd be like, "You're done. You lost."
It's like, man, please leave.
So it's a steak. It's the 72-ounce steak, roll, potato, salad, and 3 fried shrimp.
What size is the potato? Is it like a 60 count?
No,
like
it's gotta be like.
Oh, like a 90.
Mean, they carry it on like a bunch of ice so that way you can see what you're.
Sure. Yeah.
But it looks like a very hearty meal. I'll say that.
For those of you who don't know out there in the podcast listening and watching land, potatoes are classified by number counts and letters. So red potatoes come in A, B, and C in creamer. So the first letter, A, the largest, B, a medium, C, small, creamer, even smaller. And then russets come in a number count, and that refers to the amount of potatoes that are in a case. So the more potatoes in a case, 80, 90, 100 count, the smaller they are. And the larger, obviously, like massive, huge. That's where you get, that's where barbecue places get those huge potatoes to like stuff with brisket and stuff. So mildly fascinating, but also trivial and boring, only crap that I would be proud of knowing. So here we are. Steve, I'd like to talk about America's most intense restaurant food challenges.
Tell me.
We're going to do it. So I'm sure this place is on the list. I didn't look at it. The first one I already hate because of the name. It's awful. But the first one is the Big Fat Fatty and Big Fat Fat Shake Challenge at Fat Sal's Deli in California. Okay.
Sounds like it should be at in New York. Hey, it's Fat Sal, everyone.
Okay. So the Big Fatty is a 30-inch garlic hero. Well, that's a sandwich for anybody that doesn't know. Loaded with cheesesteak, pastrami, cheeseburgers, chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, bacon, fried eggs, French fries, and onion rings.
Sounds disgusting.
It sounds terrible. Give me just a second. Somebody's dying.
Sounds like something I would have to, really go about a day or so without eating. I'd have to go do a ton of cardio and just like do a bunch of physical activity to get myself hungry. Otherwise, wouldn't touch it. Right
in the middle of me reading that description, one of my dogs decided he didn't understand that the fireplace existed anymore and just smacked into it. Like fun times, like never a dull moment. I don't know if I would even attempt something like this.
Because your dog did that because people who would attempt that need to be slapped in the face to eat that much junk in one sitting.
To walk into a brick fireplace.
No, you really don't. It sounds good.
It's the Big Fat Fat Shake Challenge is made with 30 scoops of vanilla ice cream, 30 scoops of chocolate ice cream, pretzels, cake, candy, and cookies. It has 2 cans of whipped cream, and it's topped with syrup. You only have 10 minutes to eat that, and on the sandwich, you only have 40 minutes to complete it, and both of the items cost $100 a piece.
That's stupid.
But like
10 minutes to have 60 scoops of ice cream? Is that what I'm
60 scoops of ice cream? So doesn't everybody throw up when they drink a gallon of milk?
Are those like golf ball sized scoops?
For real. So I don't see this ending well. Are they baby scoops? Like, what is happening? Ugh. Yeah. I am not intrigued. I'm gross. I'm grossed out.
60 scoops of ice cream. It sounds like it's more labor intensive to make the damn thing than anything else.
Yeah, and for somebody to have 10 minutes to eat it, if I was the person who had to scoop all the ice cream, I'd be really mad.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, another one? I quit. Bye.
What's the next one?
All right, we have Kendall's Restaurant in Oklahoma. So this one got popular with Man vs. Food in 2012, or when that show started, but this challenge started gaining popularity. So it's 6 1/4 pounds of chicken fried steak. It's 3 of them. So it's 6 1/4 pounds total. French fries, 2 scoops of mashed potatoes, a side salad, 2 servings of green beans, 2 cinnamon rolls, and a biscuit. It has a 1-hour time limit, and if you complete the challenge within the hour, you get your meal for free and a t-shirt.
Question.
Question.
You sub the green beans for something that doesn't
I knew it was coming.
Triple starch plus nasty green beans.
I just want carbs. Can I just be like, can I just have all mashed potatoes?
You said, and then biscuit and what else? It's like 5 different starches, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against starches, but that's a lot. It would be really hard to eat. Like French fries, 2 scoops of mashed potatoes, 2 cinnamon rolls, and a biscuit, salad, and then 2 servings of green beans.
I can't do that.
So, to be fair, well, to be fair, I'm looking at the photo, and that we're talking. It's maybe 8 ounces of green beans. Like this is not like a giant. Like the biscuit is quite small, very conservative. The 2 cinnamon rolls are very conservative size, right? Like It's really the meat. It's really this chicken fried steak. Man, I can put away some chicken fried steak. My God, I like it a lot. So
Any ounces of green beans is too much.
any ounces of green beans is 1 ounce is too much.
I can feel my stomach gurgling.
Oh my God. I think it's really the gravy that would get me though. That comes up the works, man. Like I think.
Yeah, because it'd be what, double
It's
gravy
just
on
flour.
your chicken fried steak and your mashed potatoes?
Yeah, it's cream gravy on both. It's like, ooh, that's a lot.
It sounds good though, because then you can dunk your fries in there, dunk your biscuit in there, dunk your green beans in there, and pray to God you can't taste that nastiness.
I would
Yeah.
honestly probably end up like my strategy for this is I would like smear like all the mashed potatoes and additional gravy on top of the chicken fried steak, so it's like bite for bite, like just together.
Yeah.
Are you a purist when it comes to chicken fried steak? Does it have to be cream gravy? I like brown on mine.
I'm not.
Just to change
I
it
don't
up.
eat a lot of chicken fried steak.
I know you don't. You're all healthy and whatnot.
Well, no. It's the last thing on my mind if I go to a restaurant. You know?
Sure.
And it's not a bad thing. I'm just like, let's do something else.
Mm.
And I always forget that there's chicken fried steak.
If you get the chance, you should go to Mary's. It's either cafe or restaurant, or I don't know if it has a word under it or not, but Mary's in Strawn, Texas, STRAWN. They don't necessarily have a challenge, but they claim to have the best chicken fried steak, and it is pretty dang good. Like, it's not the best I've ever had. Like, I've had bougie chicken fried steak where chefs will pound out a like cowboy like on the bone and like deep fry it, like hold the bone over the fire. I've worked at places that have done it. There's definitely, but if you're just basic B cube steak, right? Like the traditional stuff, it's really, really good. And so are their sides. So Mary's in Strawn, Texas. Hold on. Let me just Google it and make sure nothing stupid happened, like it closed during COVID, because that's what happens to everything. Hold, please. Now I have now I have to know because I'll be like really upset. Nope, still open for business. Great.
Sweet.
The worst thing that happened is like somebody would like drive there intentionally because they recommended it and they'd be like, screw you, Melissa.
What's the
Okay,
next challenge?
let's do it. Oh my God, it's on a full sheet tray. I have to send you this link. The pictures are wild. Pulled pork nachos challenge at Front Street Pub and Eatery in Iowa. 2 pounds. It's a 5 pound meal completely, or like total weight is 5 pounds. 2 pounds of pulled pork, a pound of tortilla chips. I can get down with that. Nacho cheese, pico de gallo, roasted corn, yes, jalapenos, and lime sour cream sauce.
That sounds pretty good. I'd try it.
I think I could smash a full sheet pan of nachos, not gonna lie. It's making me gross just saying out loud, like making me feel gross, but I would be down.
I would be down to try that too. By yourself or with a friend?
So
I mean, I know that this challenge is you're doing it by yourself, but if you were to go there, would you try it? Like, would you?
I would just try it to try it. But if I was like really bound and determined to do it, even though I probably wouldn't win the prizes because it would be like competing with another person, then I would still do it anyway. You get your face immortalized on the Wall of Fame. The record is 34 minutes and 11 seconds. You have to you gotta do it under 30 minutes to get it for free. So
damn, okay.
Yeah. There was a professional competitive eater that took 34 minutes and 11 seconds. So, yep. Mm-hmm. Ready for the next one?
I am.
Well, hold on. We got to talk about nachos. Do you have a favorite nacho, Steven?
Any type of nacho is a good nacho.
For real? You don't prefer one over the other?
No.
The
more queso, the better.
The more queso, the better. Heard. But like nacho cheese or like shredded cheese melted, like in the salad.
Nacho cheese, queso. The shredded cheese melted is good, but.
But real queso or like Rico's?
Oh, real queso.
Yeah. See, that's where I draw the line. I'd be like, put the Ricos. All right. Carnivore challenge at Big Pie in the Sky in Georgia. By the way, anybody who's listening and lives around or near these things, I've not vetted any of this list. I did the normal amount of very thorough research that we do for every single podcast episode, which is about 2 minutes. Yep. And Steve nailed it. I don't know if any of these are open or not. I don't know if any of these are still a thing or not. Okay. But this list is from this year. So hopefully, right? The Carnivore Challenge at Big Pie in the Sky is one of the only restaurant eating competitions, they say, that you can attempt in pairs. This is a 30-inch, 11-pound carnivore pizza with pepperoni, ham, bacon, Italian sausage, and ground beef. You have to complete this in under an hour. You have the ability to win. You have to pay for it either way, win or lose. But if you can get it done in under an hour, you have a chance to win $250.
So then are you really paying for it?
Yeah, right? So Adam Richman from Man vs. Food attempted this with a partner in 2009. They both quit at 44 minutes. So there was a different competitive eater who did they say he did a much better job. Tackled the challenge with a friend in 2016. They won. They ate the entire pizza in 17 minutes flat. That's super gross, dude.
I mean, it is, but it's impressive.
First of all, how did you choose? Secondly, what is the condition of the roof of their mouths? Because if the pizza is made to order, oh my God, the first 15 minutes have to be miserable. I'm just saying.
I would probably say, look, as hungry as I am, let this pizza cool off for about 20 to 25 minutes so I can eat it.
You could just crush it, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I would waste 15 to 20 minutes letting it cool down. All right. We're going to
competitive advantage.
Maybe, but hey, they didn't say you had to start eating right away. And maybe there's written.
The challenge has begun. They haven't even touched the food yet.
I'm like the guy in the place in Amarillo that's just looking at my phone, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Waiting for the pizza to cool, you heathen, freak! Don't you know? Don't you know the strategy?" We're going to go to Connecticut. The Bear Witch Challenge, not like Blair Witch, but bear/witch, like a sandwich in the animal. Bear Witch Challenge at Bear's Steakhouse in Connecticut. There's a $500 grand prize to be had here. You have to put down a $100 deposit. So your net gain there is $400. The sandwich weighs 11 pounds. It is a sub. It's 1.5 loaves of Italian bread, 2 pounds of beef brisket. I'm going to say right now that I'm probably not going to eat brisket in Connecticut. I'm just going to put that out there. Sorry, not sorry. I digress. 2 pounds of beef brisket, 2 pounds of pulled pork, a pound of coleslaw, all drenched in a pint of ghost pepper barbecue sauce.
Ew, no.
It comes with a 2-pound side of mac and cheese. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You kind of lost me with brisket and pulled pork, and then you really lost me with the ghost pepper barbecue sauce.
I like ghost peppers. I like barbecue sauce.
No.
It would probably take barbecue sauce to make this Yankee barbecue taste good. I said what I said.
I have had ghost peppers once in my life in a burger, and I choose never to do them again. It's just stupid.
I had ghost pepper sauce on a burger. I can't remember. It was at my neighborhood bar that I miss dearly, the Good Friends Burger in Dallas, and this was in 2014. And I think they brought me gloves to wear, just like they do for their one wing challenge, and it was really good. But you put all this ghost pepper stuff was drizzled onto a crispy ball of deep fried goat cheese. So at least you could kind of you could at least tongue surf that, right? I had a little dairy. It was still hot as hell. But I like spicy when its intent is not just to hurt me. I like spicy when it's flavorful.
True.
But this is insane. They have an interesting caveat here. You have to complete this challenge in 30 minutes, but you have to wait 5 minutes to call it good because you have to keep it down. What?
That's stupid.
It's savage. That is insane. All right. Wisconsin, Frank's Diner, the Red Men Challenge. I think this is related to a school or a college or something. Not quite sure the origin of the name, but it says this is breakfast. Okay, so this is the fully loaded Frank's Diner garbage plate. This is 5 eggs, 5 meats, 5 cheeses, 5 vegetables, and hash browns. So it's essentially all on the flat top, all together, right? Like a garbage plate. 3 giant pancakes and 2 pieces of toast. Wild. You have 45 minutes.
I know I couldn't get it down, but I would love to. I actually would try that.
I think I would go in with the taco strategy, like pancake, garbage plate, make taco. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you got 45 minutes. You have to eat all of it. I mean, obviously, but just saying, like, it includes all the sides and the bread and everything. Aside from bragging rights, it says you can get the meal at half price. Like, I want to know what it costs now, and it doesn't say. And you get your name on, you get your picture on the wall, and you get a t-shirt. So, yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
5 pounds of food. Oof. The record is 20 minutes and 6 seconds. Yeek. 27 winners so far. Woof. I don't know.
Interesting.
I like breakfast a lot, I will say.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't know that I like it that much. And I never want it in the morning. So it would also depend on when I could roll up there.
Yeah.
Be like, I would like to complete this challenge at 4 p.m., please.
So 5 meats.
5 meats.
Bacon, ham, sausage.
Turkey, bacon. Maybe ground beef, maybe a burger patty, because it is a diner.
Would scrapple count?
Oh, I'd throw down hard scrapple. I'd be like, oh, you put scrapple in this? Did you start the timer already? Let's go.
Oh yeah. Make it all 5 meats or scrapple. Done.
All five of them scrapples. Perfect. Oh God, Steven, it would be so salty though. Damn. I think one of my feet just swelled thinking about that. Thinking about 5 servings of scrapple, because holy crap. Scrapple is like Spam on steroids. It's wild.
But salty.
It's really good. All the parts, and I loves me all the parts. Okay. The world famous 72-ounce steak challenge at the Big Texan. Fresh off the mat, Chef Steven Gonzalez.
You know what? One day I'll try it. Maybe when I'm 40. We'll see.
So you've got the 72-ounce steak. You have 60 minutes to complete this.
3 fried shrimp, a roll, a potato, and a small salad.
Yeah.
Besides, honestly, they didn't seem that big.
It says here shrimp cocktail. It might be outdated, or maybe you have an option.
No, shrimp cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's fried shrimp. They're fried shrimp with cocktail sauce.
Oh, okay.
And they put that cocktail sauce on your steak, to help get it down just a little easier.
That's interesting semantics. So yeah, Adam Richmond did it. I love it. Do you put Worcestershire in yours? I like Worcestershire in mine.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Adam Richmond did this in 29 minutes. First of all, 72 ounces of steak sounds like I wouldn't poop for a week. Let's be real honest. I don't. Nothing about that appeals to me. I'm not quite sure why.
I would, like I said, I would try it, and that'd be a ton of protein.
Yeah.
But
for the gains, do it for the gains, Steven.
I know, right? But it's sirloin steak. 6 pounds of sirloin. Can you imagine? That's big.
That's a lot of chewing. Just saying.
I know. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of scared to try it, because I'm like, I would probably get tired of chewing right here,
We have one in South Carolina. Maybe I'll have to travel for. It says it's the Bushido Seppuku Challenge at Bushido Japanese Restaurant in South Carolina, also known as the Spicy Tuna Hand Roll Challenge.
Yum.
So, yes, hit me with
spicy.
Right? Hit me with some sushi. To become a so-called legend, you have to demolish 10 sushi rolls in a set sequence. Oh my God. With each one spicier than the last in under an hour. Anybody who throws up before completing level 7 is automatically disqualified. You also have to sign a waiver. Count me out. I'm out.
See, if I would do a challenge like that if it was not a spicy challenge. I'm not a spicy challenge person. I've done it once in my life, and I will never do it again.
So I've done a couple of spicy challenge things. Adam Richmond did this one in 2009. He finished all 10 rolls in just 16 minutes and 25 seconds. You have an hour. If the sushi rolls in the challenge are not free, but if you complete the challenge and you win, you get a headband to wear, and it gets you a complimentary starter every time you go back to the restaurant, if you're wearing it. So, and that says, yes, this is for life.
Pass.
So if I live nearby, I'd be
It
worth it.
sounds good. Yeah.
If I live close, if I live close. All right. The next one, ain't no way. How many dozen oysters do you think you could eat raw?
I don't know. You're talking about the Acme Oyster House in
Mhm.
New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
I saw that and I would love to try it. I don't know if I could do it because I don't know. But
Do you like raw oysters that much?
Love them.
What's the
I don't
most
love
you ever
that
ate?
much, but
Yeah. What's the most of them that you ever ate in a sitting? Like a dozen?
probably 2.
Every once in a while.
I've shared 2 or possibly 3. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, if this is your thing, anybody out there, like, no offense, to me, this is a pile of snot. The texture does not do it for me. I love raw fish. I love masago. I love caviar. I like smelt. I like all that stuff, right? Even the weird texture things like uni and unagi. This is not it for me. And it's never been medically proven, but I can eat, like, it's never been confirmed. I can eat like 4 or 5 fried oysters on a po' boy and my mouth gets itchy. I'm not willing to test fate. Like, other shellfish, completely fine. Shrimp, no problem, right? Like, I have no scientific data, just empirical evidence, right? But I'm like, nope, can't do it. Like, I'm not willing to die. I don't own an EpiPen. I'm not willing to do it.
You know what? I just discovered I can have watermelon. Like, I've been preaching that I'm allergic to it.
Oh my gosh!
Last week,
Dude.
and I was fine.
Did you put tahini and lime on it?
Yes, totally.
So good. It's so good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've always loved watermelon, but I've always been so scared to eat it. Or not petrified, scared, but like I've always been reluctant to eat it because it always gets me all like scratchy on my throat.
Do you have any symptoms at all?
None.
Dude, that's amazing. Congrats.
So
freaking love watermelon. I freaking love watermelon. Well,
it's good stuff.
Oh my God, so good. I can't wait. I'm about to start, just as soon as they get good here in North Carolina, I'm about to start demolishing like 1 watermelon a week. Because also,
it should already be good. It's summertime.
It's not that, I don't know. I haven't seen a good one. But it's not that I'm counting calories or anything like that. But the amount of watermelon you can consume for a low amount of calories and it's super hydrating is insane.
But there's a ton of sugar.
Insane. It's fruit sugar.
It's still sugar.
It doesn't affect your glycemic the same. So
deal.
Yeah, it's not like white sugar. It's not like it's not cupcake sugar. Yeah. Oh. So.
Any other challenges?
Tomato, right? The kitchen sink at the San Francisco Creamery in California.
I thought you were talking about Ike's sandwiches.
Oh no, this is a Sunday.
That's a good sandwich, though. I will say that.
The kitchen sink.
The one that he has at Ike's sandwiches. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think they have one in Vegas, and I was gonna go do that one day, but then we got pulled away. Anyways, the kitchen sink ice cream challenge.
It's the ice cream challenge, yes. So this has been immortalized in films and TV shows. There's even like a tiny plastic version of this with like Mickey Mouse theming on the boardwalk somewhere in Disney World in Orlando. But yeah, it's a humongous sundae with 8 scoops of ice cream, 3 sliced bananas, 8 different toppings, whipped cream, nuts, and cherries. This is kind of nice. If you're allergic to nuts, you can substitute them with an additional topping. That's kind of nice. So nobody dies. You have to finish it by yourself in 30 minutes. So
would you do that?
I've actually consumed more than this much ice cream in a sitting for a restaurant contest, and it was in Branson. Let me find the name of the cafe really quick.
That's funny.
So yeah, I'll send you a picture.
Ice cream.
I'll send you a picture. My mom and I together, huge stainless steel mixing bowls of ice cream sundaes. Like, we put a definite hurt on it. We put a huge dent.
Nice.
So yeah. Yep. So yeah, it was amazing. I gotta look it up right now because it's called Mel's Hard Luck Diner. I have to read you this challenge here.
Tell me the challenge.
See that it's still on the menu. So let's see. Where's all the
Yeah.
the Sundays? Okay. While I'm looking, sorry, everybody. We'll just be over here. Talk amongst yourselves. The Four Horsemen at Chunky's Burgers and More in Texas.
That's the only challenge I've done in my life, and I will never touch that.
You did the hottest burger on the planet?
I got 2, maybe 3 bites in, and
whoa, dude, that's crazy. So the Four Horsemen burger gets its kick from jalapenos, serranos, and habaneros, and a ghost pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah. My goal or my plan to eat it was just start shoveling it in your mouth and go as fast as you can. And as soon as that heat hit me, I was like, nope, not doing this. And I stopped dead in my tracks. There was this guy eating there that day doing the same thing. And he was a big buff guy. He took a couple bites and he like went to the bathroom like 2 or 3 times to go throw up. My God. A friend of mine, it was me and 2 other friends. One friend chose not to do it because he's smart. And then the other one who did the challenge with me had like 3 bites left. And he was like, my body gave out. I can't do it. I just can't. He didn't throw up or nothing, but like him and I were both hurting.
Dude, it's wild. It's wild.
I would never wish that upon anyone.
This is the ice cream avalanche. Let me see if I can get a little bit of the information.
I was wondering if the Chunkies was going to come up. After that, I ordered like an avocado burger, like a real fatty burger to try to soak up a lot of that heat. Didn't do the trick at all. Nope.
I think just putting it's real simple science, right? Putting dairy on top of acid makes gas. Like putting a base on top of an acid makes gas. So while cream and milk, it will soothe you. Eat ice cream, ranch, whatever it is, right? Not so good in the tum-tums. Like that's rough. You're just asking for the bubble gut. Like you're creating it in your gut.
It was funny because the the girl I was seeing at the time said, "You better not do it." And of course I did it.
Of course.
And I was in so much pain and I was in so much trouble with her. And it was just one of those, kick me while I'm down. Granted, I made the choice to do it. And I thought to myself, man, if I'm actually sick, this is how I'll probably be treated. Yeah. You are not a very sweet girl.
Like, don't you tell me what I can't do, never for starters.
Don't tell me what I can't eat.
For real.
Stupid, maybe.
For real.
Or was I stupid for eating it?
I'm trying to find the actual information, but yes, it is the ice cream avalanche. Good grief.
Well,
boo. It had at least, Steve, I promise you, it had at least 10 scoops of ice cream, if not more. Brownies, cookies, candy, whipped cream, nuts, syrup. And if I can find the picture, I'll send it to you. Like
that sounds grossly delicious.
We absolutely crushed it after a lunch of like a tuna melt and a patty melt. Like after lunch, we were like, why not? Nice. The way that I live my life sometimes, why not? This might be the last time we ever get to come here. Let's do it. What do we have to lose? Like,
just a little bit of money.
What do we have to lose?
But if you beat it, then do you really lose anything? No.
So it's 14. I found it. 14 scoops. 2 bananas, 2 brownies, 2 cookies, cinnamon chips, rainbow sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles, M&Ms, peanut, chocolate sauce, hot fudge, strawberries, pineapple, caramel, whipped cream, and cherries.
It's a lot.
Came out in 2 stainless steel mixing bowls. No regrets.
I would do it if I didn't have to touch my colleagues' ice cream. Does that make sense? I don't want their backwash. Their ice creamy backwash. Like, because you're eating, because let's say it's 2 bowls, right? Or is it one, like you said, it's 2 bowls.
It came out in 2 bowls. It looks like they changed it to a rectangle handled platter.
I couldn't do it. Like the only person I could turn that would be my wife, but I don't want her backwash.
How do you backwash ice cream? Can you explain?
Because you're like, let's say you take a big scoop, you put it in your mouth, you don't eat that entire scoop, and it goes back on, what I'm saying? Absolutely
not. That is Bush League amateur crap. Take the entire bite of ice cream like a man. What are you talking about right now?
That's the one challenge where I'd be like, you know what? I could, if I did a pizza challenge and I had to eat your crust, that's different. It's still the same. It's the same, but it's different to me, okay? Because it's a solid food. I'm not eating your soggy crusts. Does that make sense?
I get it.
It's a mind game.
It's all a mind game. Hey, Steven.
Those are a lot of challenges.
Is there
a
food challenge you would create if you had the chance?
I would create. Man, I don't know. I would do some sort. You know what? I would do some sort of like air quote healthy challenge where it's like a salad with a ton of stuff all in there. Like, so it's not really healthy. It would be like an 11-pound salad.
Just like meat and croutons and ranch.
Yeah.
Just like meat and croutons and ranch. Mine would probably be popcorn shrimp.
Ooh.
Popcorn shrimp. I don't know. Do you make somebody sign a waiver so they can get iodine poisoning though? Like I don't know what the legal ramifications are of that.
Yeah, you probably have to have them sign it regardless.
Yeah, probably so. Steve, what are you cooking this week? Is it 30 pounds of something? Is it a 5-pound something? It's the size of a small child?
It would be an 8-ounce
sirloin.
I don't know yet. The sirloin probably. I was supposed to buy a steak to go on my salad, my leftover salad, and I totally did not.
You didn't do it
because I was supposed to leave at 5, and it was like already 5:30, and I'm like, I'm going home. I'm done.
Do you find that working in a grocery store, do you just like grab something on your way out the door more often than not, or do you do a big shop with like a list?
Oh, I just kind of wing it.
It's because you're like in proximity to it all the time, right?
I try to have a plan, and I never stick to it.
Yeah. I think this past like 3 or 4 weeks is probably the most I've ever stuck to what I like, using the things that I bought as I intended them, like not pivoting at the last minute and making some wacky, terrible food decisions. So I did get Chick-fil-A delivered on Friday for lunch, and it was glorious. Yeah. My Chick-fil-A, it knows no bounds. It's like a $25 order. It's like chicken nuggets, waffle fries, fruit, kale crunch, and a diet.
Oh, they should do that. They should do a challenge where it's like
for nuggies.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, have you seen that TikTok where they make the dinosaur nuggets into baby chicken parmesans, but they're Tyrannosaurus Rex shaped?
No.
I would crush that so hard. This wife comes home and the husband's like, what? And she's like, I asked for chicken parmesan. And he's like, yeah, this is awesome. She's like, no. He's like, yeah, this is amazing. They're T-Rex and Stegosaurus chicken parmesans.
What are you cooking this week? Is the question.
Chicken Jurassic parmesans. I have.
That's kind of punny.
I was trying. I couldn't even get out fast enough. I was like, God, make a dinosaur joke now. By the brain in the mouth, it just disconnect there. Jurassic Parm. Sweet. Jurassic Parm. I got it. Finally. Thanks everybody for coming on this journey with me. So what am I cooking this week? I have some seasoned pinto beans hanging out that I cooked this week. It's probably just going to be beans and rice and a half avocado, like little baby, protein fiber bowl. And most likely there's going to be some tofu and beef and navy bean and stir-fry veggie situation, maybe lo mein. I haven't really figured it out. It's a hot mess in the fridge, but there's going to be something of the Asian persuasion, most likely. That's always my fallback when I just don't really know like what's going to happen. So might be some lo mein, protein source unknown. You don't have to have proteins in every meal, but I will. And then veggies, and then I have like sesame oil, ginger, garlic, dark soy, coconut aminos. I think I got a half of. It's going to become pan Asian. I think I got a half a jar of red curry paste kicking in the door of the fridge, or I might take it the other direction. I think I have some G. Hughes low sugar stir fry sauce. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Talking about all this food made me full, but now I have to have dinner. So there's also that.
What's for dinner?
I don't know yet.
My
I'm gonna go read my fridge.
I'm having absolutely nothing for dinner. I never eat a big meal like I did today in the middle of the day, and I'm not hungry. That's it.
I've been very hungry lately, especially in the evening. I've already chowed down on beef jerky. My wife got lean cuisine pizzas. What else? I was just snacking on a bunch of random stuff, protein shakes. Like I don't know. I'm just really hungry. So
yeah. What's your go-to protein shake? Do you shake it like you buy powder? Like it's not like
shake it all up with water.
Do you like the Fairlife ones?
They're all right. They get the job done. I just want to cram as much protein in me as possible.
I think they're super expensive, so I just use them as a sometimes. But the Fairlife ones, like the vanilla tastes more vanilla-y, and the chocolate's like super chocolatey, and it doesn't like have any of that chalky. I don't mind that it has Splenda in it. I don't care, but it doesn't have like that chalky kind of like cloyingly sweet after. Like I think they're really well done.
Nice.
That's my 2 cents. Here we go. Hey, we could talk about protein bars and shakes one day.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this very fun,
very special
conversation
episode of the Food for ThoughtCast. We don't do wellness or fitness, just fitness, food in my face. All right.
Done.
So I'll see you later, Steve. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today. Until the next episode of the Food for ThoughtCast, make good food, eat good food, share it, and be kind to one another.
Thanks so much for listening today. You are part of what makes us special, and we are so glad you joined us. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review. Just like food, delicious podcasts are better when you share them with others. Come back for seconds wherever podcasts are served, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Food for ThoughtCast.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Food for ThoughtCast or at www.foodforthoughtcast.com, where you can link to all podcast players, or you can send us an email at foodforthoughtcmc@gmail.com.